Okay, welcome back to the rest of the story. And I'm going to address any questions anybody might have as to why we didn't harvest this. It's not even an acre worth of corn that I left down here. Now, if you guys are watching How Farms Work, you guys probably saw a video of Ryan disking this stuff down. And yes, what a waste. It's, you know, it's unfortunate that we gotta leave. It's a couple $100 that in the end I can't harvest. This is my corn. It's not Dad's corn. It's not Ryan's corn. Ryan came down and hit this with the BT or the disc, or as you can see with the ruts, he tried to get it knocked down. A lot of this that is still standing does have water standing in it in one way, shape, or form. And even where I'm standing right now, I mean, it's not very firm at all. Oh, now this is the first time, and in the time that I've had this ground, I mean, it's done this before at least once when Dad was around, since Dad was working here. Dad said that there was a year where it was really wet, similar to this year, and we did have water. It was a hay field at the time too, and he said that he got stuck cutting hay. He said that, well, the strip was doubled up. Where the gator is about the midline of where this strip was, and Dad said it would have been approximately 30 feet to the right of the gator, and he got stuck cutting hay in like July or August. I don't remember the month. It's really irrelevant. So this ground is prone for getting kind of soft. In the last 3 to 4 years, I've had to leave 3 years, 2 years, doesn't matter. I've had to leave some corn in the field or beans in the field, and I've been gradually working my way back up away from the waterway. I mean, you can see it. It's about 16 rows. Is there water flowing right there? I think we got water flowing down here. Yeah, we got water flowing. That's kind of cool. Not really, but I got water flowing in my cornfield here. And it was an extreme year in plenty of ways. We didn't really have any dry or wet conditions until October. I mean, it was a week, 4 days before my friend was going to start opening up their bottom and get that harvested out, and we got rain on top of rain on top of rain. I mean, this ground does produce some pretty healthy ears, and I could sit here and argue why I'm not going through and hand picking all this stuff. Well, everything else is fairly firm. I mean, it's not rock hard, but I just have no desire to come down and fight it when I really am not going to gain much more than a couple $100 from doing it, because as far as anybody think I'm going to try to sell it for squirrel feed or whatever else, it's not worth my time. My time does have some value to it, although some would probably disagree. And dog's gonna climb out now. Good for her. Going into next year, this will get knocked down. I mean, yeah, I'm not gonna lie, it was some really nice corn. I mean, I wasn't exactly crazy about leaving what I did, but I did come down here a second time and try to combine what I could, and that was in a day that we had that stretch of weather where it was down in the teens and single digits, and I still got to the mud. I still found where it was soft, and we got ditches on completely level ground that have never flooded before. And I'm not exaggerating when I say that. It's just when you have, what do we have, 3 or 4 flooding, like major flooding events in the span of just a couple days. I mean, this water is a very slow current to it. But if I go down farther, heck, why not? I'm already here. Boots are already muddy. I mean, when you get that much water, it has to go somewhere, right? And out in that grass bottom there, which I'm sure is super soft. Wow. Yeah, see, there's no running over this with the combine, guys. There simply wasn't. Hell of it. It's Godzilla. Whew. You can see the water standing through here, and I was down in here with the 76 and the Rhino cutter, and I didn't have issues until you can see I was actually backing down through here so I could, you know, put it in gear and take off. But it was dry enough, clear up until August even. Maybe I might have done this late August, early September, and I was backing down. You can see where the grass is a little bit taller yet, and that's where I got stuck. And my ruts are probably where that ice is right there, because I sunk the tires in the 7600, the rear tires, down to the rim, and luckily it has those new skins on the back. It did a good job as far as digging itself back out, and you know, I didn't tear anything up. But I mean, we actually are on a little bit of a slope. The low area is actually over there, and this is fairly far up the hill, and 6 rows in it actually gets a little bit steeper yet. So I mean, it's not just me. I really shouldn't even be sounding like I'm trying to defend myself as to why I got corn standing in the field yet, but I don't know, I guess I feel like I should. But you drive up 61. Oh man, this is a one and done thing. I just buried my boots. Whew. Wow. Well, I just went mudding. So you drive up Highway 61 in this area, and there's crops standing. There's corn, there's soybeans. You get down by the waterways and it's just soft. So yeah, I'm gonna write this corn off, which I already had. Let the critters chew on it all they want, and I'll probably will pull back away from the edge of the field again a few rows. And when I planted this corn, I kept up probably 4 or 5 rows from where the soybeans were last year. So, and then Ryan did tell me, I wasn't around, I was bailing that day, and all these ruts are from the tire tracks from the VT or disc or wherever. It's the Earthmaster VT is the name of it, but people get upset when I call it a VT, even though that's what the name of it is. So yeah, I'd say Ryan was doing some spinning. He might have been able to pick the tires up or raise the implement up. That's a double-edged sword too, and being able to drive out, because you can actually get yourself in even more trouble by saying you got the tool all the way down and you spin out with the tractor. Okay, this is the 82 he was pulling it with, remember? And you go to pick the tires up to take weight off of the implement. Well, you just effectively put all the weight down on the tires of the machine, so you're focusing all that weight and you create issues like that. So now either we'll hit this with the Rhino cutter next spring, or we'll just hit it with the VT a couple times and plant it and go from there. So doing this to this extent is new to me. I've never had to do it, leave this much crop out in the field in my farming career yet, but I got many years to go, so I'm sure I'll have more extreme cases as I get older. My grandpa, he used to tell us about one year where we had snow had an early winter, and he was doing exactly what a lot of guys are doing as far as combining in the snow. He said that it was on this farm here, when they were trying to combine it, the snow was blowing in so bad between the rows that they had to go through and combine between the snow drifts yeah, just to be able to get out what they could. And keep in mind, this was back when they needed all the grain they could, because he fed out all the corn that he produced. He didn't sell any corn at that point, so I guess that was a pretty tight year as far as feed. And it is really nice out. It's quiet, it's calm. I don't have my overalls on. 2 days ago, it was cold enough out with the wind. I think it was just damp too, but I had my overalls on, and even then it was pretty chill. So it's the beginning of winter. All right, I gotta move on with the rest of my day, my night, however you want to say it. So, I gotta collect the dog too. So, thanks for watching, guys. Take care, take it easy, stay out of the mud for those of you that still have to go out and try to harvest in it, because I still hearing about a few cases where guys have a significant amount of acres out in the field, corn and beans both, and that just sounds completely terrible. Maybe part of the reason why I just wrote this off, because I'm not gonna hold off cleaning the combine off for not even an acre at this point. I mean, you can see this is where Ryan started VTing, working it down. So I harvested everything down to this point, and I'm not gonna not clean the combine off for 2 or 3 months, hoping that it's gonna freeze hard enough where I can harvest it for, I figured on the high end, probably 600 bucks worth of corn. And I'm not about to clean the combine off, pull it back out in the middle of winter, February, March, whatever it takes, just to harvest this little bit of corn. So it was a calculated management decision. All right, I'll talk to you guys later. Bye. There it is, come on.